Hello everyone, my name is Anand Kashyap. I'm co-founder and CEO of Photonics. Today we are here to talk about our most recent product launch and we're super excited about it. And with me, I have...
Hi everyone, I'm Anuj Jaiswal. I'm a Chief Product Officer at Photonics. You were saying we were so excited about our product launch.
Absolutely. So we just announced a new product called Armet AI. It's our secure enterprise-grade AI platform that's available for public preview. And we're so excited about it.
Awesome, Anand. You know what? I'll start with this question and try to address the elephant in the room.
Yep.
Look, Photonics has been a great company. We've been in the industry for 9 years. We're building the data security products. We've been helping the big, large enterprises. And now we are launching an enterprise grade, the most secure GenAI platform. So tell us a little bit about it. What made you think about it? What did you see in the industry? What was the problem?
Look, when ChatGPT came out a couple of years ago,
Right.
it took the world by storm. And very soon it was very clear that the entire enterprise stack will change in the next few years. Everything will be AI driven. AI will start powering all the business workflows that people use. And then last year, something interesting happened. We are seeing AI applications in sales, marketing, and we started getting bombarded by vendors trying to sell their AI-based SDR or AI-based marketing, AI-based customer success to us. And we looked at a bunch of them. We started evaluating them. But the problem was?
Tell us about it.
Problem was security.
Exactly.
So we are a security company ourselves, and we have a very high bar on our security standards. So whenever we liked a product, we took it to our own internal security team, and they always shot it down. And the reason was, they looked at the product was making outbound connections, sending data in clear outside. There were clauses in terms and conditions where it said the company can use your data for whatever purpose they want. And for us, that did not work, right? We have a very high standard for security. We can't just let our data be going out without any controls, without any access restrictions. So they did not pass our own security bar.
Yes.
But then we said, okay, let's ask around. Everybody is talking about AI. Everybody is using AI. If our security will not allow these applications, what about our customers and our partners, the largest banks in the world, the healthcare industry, public sector? They want to use AI as well, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody has to use AI. But then do the tools that are available today, do they pass the security bar for those companies?
Yeah.
So we went on a roadshow, you, my CRO, and I, and then we spoke with hundreds of leaders in security, in AI, and we asked them, what are the challenges you are seeing? Are you using AI? Are you using AI with your most sensitive data in your organization? And the answer was, we have an AI center of excellence. We are trying out various things. We're using AI for various use cases. But for our most sensitive data, we don't have a solution yet. We don't have a product that satisfies our requirements for trust, for security, for privacy, for compliance, for sovereignty, all of the requirements that they have. So the world is still looking for that solution. And I think we have something that we announced that solves all those problems.
Okay, so you talked about some of the problems, what we learned during this course. Data security, data privacy, governance, compliance, and sovereignty.
Yep.
So that's awesome. And you came up with this charter and you said, go ahead and do it.
Yes. So we said, we see the problem. We see there's no such product or solution or tool that exists today where people can confidently use AI while feeling secure and safe, right? What about Photonics? We can build that solution. We have built our Data Security Manager product, which provides data security, encryption, key management, using confidential computing. It's the most secure platform of its kind. We have built this whole platform around confidential computing over the last several years, which allows data to be protected even when it is in use. And as the world of confidential computing has matured, as our tooling, our platform has matured, with the advent of AI, we realized, why don't we put all the pieces of AI and secure them using our Data Security Manager product, using our platform, and using confidential computing. that is how
And
this
that
new
led to the
product
innovation.
was. That is how the product was born. So why don't you tell us, Anuj, so what is this product? What does it do? And tell us more about it.
Yeah, I mean, tell you what, like, you came out with this problem, and this was very interesting that you understood the problem, you had that light bulb moment, and you saw right? I mean, over the period, we have created this data security platform, which is helping the enterprises in the BFSIs, the healthcare, and all, and we are securing not just their data, their customers' data, right? That helps them build the trust. So yeah, when the first time you came in, and I remember having this discussion with you in the conference room, and I was like, no, it's not happening. But then later on, we started digging further into it. And look, I'll be very honest, there are so many solutions which were available. And when we started building on our own AI pipeline to enable our own organization, there are solutions which were available, like which are doing like LLM firewall. There's some solutions which are doing data privacy. There's some solutions which are doing data security. There's some solutions which are doing governance, then sovereignty. And I was like, puzzled. I'm like, how do we build this? Taking all these piecemeal solutions, right, and building it in the AI pipeline. It's almost like my pipeline is going to be even more broken because I'm going to integrate these solutions. And I talked to some of them. Some quoted me 6 months, 8 months, and I didn't have that much time. So then we started thinking, okay, why don't we build something? And nothing was actually secured. Nothing was running in a confidential computing or providing that level of security, because we want each and every piece of software running in confidential computing so that it provides that trusted execution environment. So here's what we did. We created industry first, enterprise grade, secure GenAI platform that is built on confidential computing, that enables enterprises like BFSIs, healthcare, health tech, and public sector to bring in all that sensitive data from multi-sources and into small collaborative units like projects. Now, you can imagine bringing the data from Slack, from Confluence, from your data store, and bringing into small collaborative units, projects, and enabling your organizations to reap the benefits of the GenAI. And that is our strength. While your data is in your control, we took care of 5 different measures. We talked about data security, the privacy, the governance, the compliance, and the sovereignty, all 5 together in this turnkey AI product. How does it work? You start by instantiating your instance. You start by creating a project. With the project, you create a collaborative unit. You have an option to select what public LLMs you want to use. You can also collect to the open source LLMs.
Can I bring my own LLM?
You can bring your own LLM.
Okay.
If you have fine-tuned and trained your own LLM, you can bring it. We can do the vulnerability test. We'll make sure that it is in a confidential computing environment and make sure that it is protected. You select the vector database. Once you have done that, the most important part, you don't have to bring any piecemeal solution. It comes with AI guardrails built in, which has simple policies. The policies around your sensitive data, whether it's your PCI data, PII data, with simple clicks, you can easily identify and redact it. There's a content filter policy. You can stop any prompt injections, direct, indirect both, toxicity, hallucinations. All this is part of the AI guardrail, which is already built in. And it doesn't stop. You can connect to multiple data sources. You can bring the data from multi-sources, bring it into this AI pipeline. And voila, what you get is custom APIs, so you can build your own GenAI application. We also provide our own chatbot. You can build your own AI agents on top of it. Now, rest assured, you can bring your sensitive data into this GenAI product and reap the benefits of it. How does it feel?
That's amazing. Is it for cloud? Is it on-prem? Can you talk about the infrastructure of it?
Yeah, so we have started with the CSPs first. So it is available on Azure right now. Slowly we'll go to multiple CSPs. We are also bringing it on-prem.
Yeah.
The timeline of it will always be also be released. But think of it as we are platform agnostic. And what we need is make sure that we have a confidential computing infrastructure where we can deploy. We do see a strong need for sovereignty as well. So we have partners in Middle East region and different regions where we are building the solutions and bringing it to that different sovereign regions.
So Anuj, we set out building the most secure enterprise grade AI solution. And I started with saying, our own security team has a very high bar.
Yeah.
So where are we with the using our Meta? Are we using it internally at Photonics? What use cases are we using it for?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We drink our own champagne.
Yep.
So the product what we have built, we have basically accounted for two different personas. We know that the typical buyer persona is CIOs and CTOs who want to enable the line of businesses to have the secure GenAI product. So for that, I already talked about the solution, create the projects, bring in your data, reap the benefits of GenAI. We also cater to the persona of CISOs and the security practitioner. So one of the things what we have developed is a 360-degree view of your entire security. And this is where our own security team really helped us to build this part of the product. Now, if you go to this page, what you see is you can see all the data which has come into your pipeline. What is the source of this data? How much sensitive data what we have identified and redacted? You can, very important part, you can see each and every time, every second, the attestation report. That ensures your GPUs, your CPUs, all are running in a confidential computing environment, in a trusted execution environment, and they are tested at every point, every second, as you are prompting, as you are getting the response. So yes, if I can have our head of legal, our head of sales, our finance head, they're there with joy, because now they can bring in all the sensitive data, which is very important to us and to our customer. They are using it every day, every now.
So Anuj, in the pre-launch phase, we have been working with a small set of early access customers who have been trying the product and working with it and giving us feedback. So tell us a little bit more about how their experience was, what feedback we got, what are use cases they've used our Meta AI for?
Yeah, no, absolutely great question. So look, when we started, even with the conceptualizing what the product looks like and what it should do, we actually started interacting with prospects directly. And the learning was immense, because what we started with, it really helped with the learning what enterprises want, right? How they want to consume it, and how do we enable enterprises to actually achieve their objectives. So we actually got very engaged with our customers very, very early on, and that really helped. And you can see, because some of the feedback what we received around how they see a turnkey solution over how the wider industry is providing the piecemeal solutions for security as well as the GenAI clearly was shown. And when we started building the product, we got engaged with some of the early adopters. And I mean, when they first saw it, I remember one of our early adopters said, "Oh, it is a gold mine." And some of those comments, when you hear from the customer, I mean, at the end of the day, we as a company, we cherish customer delight. And when you hear those kind of comments, it kind of validates what we are building is really solving an industry problem. So I can't tell you more than this, because a lot of it is confidential, but we saw a huge uptake in different use cases where they were restricted because there's so much of sensitive data. Yeah, they were using it for the marketing content generation or campaigns and whatnot. But when it's about fraud detection, you have to bring in a lot of sensitive data into a pipeline, right? When you're talking to financial analyst to say, okay, provide me a summarized version of a stock or a company I'm analyzing, that involves a lot of sensitive information, right? So all of a sudden we saw a lot of use cases, kind of started surfacing, and how do we build workflows and, automations and AI agents on top of it. So sort of a sneak peek into how early adopters really cherished.
Yeah, to me, look, just security is not enough, and just running an AI pipeline in confidential computing is not enough. AI is such a crowded field. There's so many solutions out there providing various aspects. A lot of them are providing point solutions for AI security. What we have set out to do is provide a fully secure end-to-end turnkey solution. And when you try to do that, it's a more ambitious product, right, that we try to do. I think one of the concepts that we have introduced is this notion of projects inside our product. So can you tell a little bit more about how projects work? How is it differentiated? What's unique about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, a great question. So look, when you look at some of the real use cases, The real use case is not about building a big AI brain, and that's what industry has done for decades and decades and
Yep.
decades, right? But that hasn't helped because building that kind of brain requires, large number of compute. But brain have different parts which do certain things in a much more specialized way.
Yep.
So what really industry where we operate and what we interacted with the customers, they're looking for a more collaborative unit, right? So one of the example I can give you is, a customer support use case. Everybody knows there's a chat bot for the customer support. But if you go deeper into customer support, there are 3 levels of supports. Level 1 may not have access to the data as level 3 has from the customer perspective, right? So how do you enable level 1, level 2, level 3 support, leverage the strength of GenAI in a collaborative environment where they have data governance built in, data security built in, compliance are being adhered. So those are the things which Project Notion enables, because now you can bring in the data, you can define custom roles, you can define the data governance along with the AI governance, and you can enable all the way from level 1 to level 3 support. And that's where we have seen the value. And industry has been really, really recognizing this. And what I've seen, the other aspect of project is, sometimes you don't have to solve a bigger problem.
Yeah.
You start with small problems, connect the dots backwards, right?
Yeah, I think the differences between having a big, giant, centralized mega brain versus several kind of centers of excellence or collaboration spaces, which could be short-lived. It could be more flexible, more nimble way to use AI in an organization.
Absolutely. Look, you've been grilling me with all the questions. Now it's my time. So, we did the launch and we announced it with Intel. Saw a quote from Intel CTO Greg Lavender. So tell us about this launch. It was such an important thing for Tanix.
Look, it's very important for us to recognize all the partners that we have been working with, not just for this product, but for several years leading up to the launch of the product. The foundational technology is the confidential computing technology that powers the entire product. And we have been partners with Intel for the last 8 years, from the very beginning of the company, building on top of their confidential computing platforms, starting with Intel SGX and then with Intel TDX, the Intel attestation services as well. Also, a partnership with Microsoft is very important for us because the initial version of Armit AI we've launched to run on Microsoft Azure confidential computing, who have been a great partner for us over the years. So really want to recognize these main partners for us. But at the same time, we have been working with our customers and partners who have provided us feedback in the early adoption phase for the product. So really thankful.
Awesome. Well, let me put it this way. You had a great product launch.
Yep.
A lot of customers. It's sort of overwhelming. But what's next? What do you foresee the vision for Armit AI, Gen AI, Agentic AI? There's just so much noise which is coming out. Where do you see Armit going forward from here?
So AI is evolving extremely fast, right? The new things that come up every few months, for example, the thing like MPC, the MCP, the Model Context Protocol, that didn't even exist a few months ago, and now people are all talking about MCP. There's AI agents that are being used that are doing various kinds of automation, creating workflows inside an enterprise environment, and becoming more and more autonomous. There are things like, mixture of experts, or using multiple models at the same time to get the right answers. There are multimodal models as well, where you're mixing text, images, videos, sound, all of that. And as we continue to develop Armit AI, we want to enable all these various use cases. The foundational feature will stay security.
Yeah.
And as we enable different AI workflows, different AI applications, agents, the core of everything for us starts from security. And the goal for us is always to keep data, the enterprise data, secure and give an enterprise the confidence that they can use AI in the most secure and compliant way. So that will continue to be the core while we continue to develop the product and add more features, functionality.
Awesome. Thanks, Anand. So you heard it all. You have now industry first, enterprise grade, secure GenAI platform, and I'm sure you're curious what's this public preview is all about. So you can see this link. You can sign up on this link, and we'll be very happy to work with you to enable you for our public preview. Thank you.
Thank you.